Welcome back to the Mas Futbol Podcast, the #1 soccer podcast here in Oklahoma City. We are here recording out of Belmiro. You know the place. It is the home of Invicto, as well as the Mas Futbol Podcast. I'm not here by myself today. I do have two special guests. Not one, two. But I have the girls coaches of Capitol Hill High School. I have Julie and Jessica Dixon. How are you guys today? Hold on, let me give you guys a round of applause for coming.
We're really happy to be here. Thanks for asking us.
Yeah, pretty good.
I appreciate you guys for making the time. You guys are the girls coaches for Capitol Hill High, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's start with the season. How did last season go?
You know, this past year, I was really proud of how the girls have progressed. Let's see, we came away with one district win, right?
Yeah.
Which is pretty big because that over the last couple of years they've been progressing really well. So I'm pretty proud of it. So I'm pretty pleased with the season.
One district win, you said?
Yes.
So it was a tough season, right?
Yes.
What? How long have you been coaching there?
This is, let's see, what is this? Because you started with me. This is what, 4?
Yeah.
No, 3. We finished 3. 3 or 4?
4.
3 or 4. Yeah, that's graduating class. That's right. That's right. That's true. So, 4th year as head coach. I've been at Capitol Hill for 8 years. Just finished my 8th year teaching, coaching. I started as assistant coach when I first started under Brett Beery. He was the girls' coach for several years. So I was his assistant for two seasons, and then actually was assistant for Jorge Robledo.
Mm-hmm.
He coached for, I think just one season, maybe 1 or 2, and then he got the boys position, so he shifted over, and then I was assistant for Mario Godinez, and then it.
And you brought
Then now it's me. Now it's you.
Nice. Shout out to Mario. I know Mario will probably be watching as well as Robledo. How long has Robledo been there for?
Oh gosh, I don't know.
That's the real question.
A long time.
Yeah.
I mean, he was at Capitol Hill before I got there, so I know it's more than, probably like more over 10.
It has to be 10 plus years.
I don't know.
10.
And then him going there
Yeah.
before that, so.
He's an alumni from there, so.
And I'm assuming both of you guys have played?
I did, yeah.
Yeah, you did?
I did very little.
Nice. So then what brought you into coaching?
So I started para-proing at Capitol Hill High School in 2020, like middle of the pandemic. And George is a para-pro at Capitol Hill High School. And he was like, hey, we need an assistant for the girls coach. And I was like, very limited experience. I was like, I can do your administrative work. I can do your bus passes. And that's how it started. And little by little, I guess I've been progressing and getting more into it. And now it's like, I don't see myself leaving.
You guys are competing 6A, right?
6A, yeah.
Dude, 6A is no joke.
No.
It's tough.
That is hard. Big schools. What are some of the challenges that you guys think that you guys run into competing against some of these 6A schools?
Mentality for sure. I mean, experience, I think would be number 1. Numbers and size.
Yeah.
I think a big one as well.
How many kids do you guys get to try out?
Gosh, how many?
We had around 40 for tryouts this year, which is probably the biggest outcome we've had in the past 3-4 years.
Right. Yeah, since the pandemic, it's dropped, but it's slowly been progressing, so that's been good.
Because the guys, they get a lot of guys out there, right?
Oh yeah. They always have like around 100. They start the season with like 100 plus kids.
There's always guys in there that want to try out.
Why is it that it's different for the girls than for the Capitol Hill team, do you think?
I mean,
it's just so hard. It feels like the boys have a lot more support when it comes from like a home background, and like for the girls, even now, like it's like, well, I have to babysit, or like my parents like aren't letting me come to practice, and it still seems to be a bit of a cultural thing. Yeah.
Damn, I didn't want to touch on such a heavy topic, but that's 100% true.
Yeah, I mean it's real, and too, just getting girls interested in playing sports. I think some of them, depending on if they grew up around it, like with their siblings and whatnot, playing in other clubs and different things like that, they were into it. But not all of them. That's not really a super popular thing.
It's not the first thing you do. It's me. I have a sister and 2 brothers. And my sister eventually got around to playing only because we were playing.
Mm-hmm.
But it was, I totally see that, and it's not fair.
Yeah, and it's tough.
I feel like we see it shifting a little bit, but honestly, this has been the first year where there's been more of like that, like obvious shift where they're taking it more seriously, where they're like, oh, I want to do this, like I want to do futsal, like what are we doing to be better? And
Right,
it's been
for
a
sure.
really neat thing to see.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there's a lot of middle schoolers that play, right? Capitol Hill Middle School, and
They've been growing. This past year, they had, it seemed like anyway, we were able to make it to a couple games for Capitol Hill Middle. They had more girls. I think the previous 2 years they had less. I know at least 1 or 2 years ago, they didn't have a team at all. I know Wheeler for sure, they have a lot more come out, and then Webster as well.
Interesting. So, what are your expectations for next year?
Keep progressing. One thing we always tell the girls, the more time that we spend on the field, the better. That's just the truth with 6A. And so that's one of those things this past year, we finished a lot more games. And they've definitely fought it out a lot harder. This senior class, they've
Been with us for a while.
They've
a lot of
been with
them.
us all 4 years, so this will be, and there's like, gosh,
14
14 of them
14 seniors that you graduated?
that we will.
That we will
Oh,
have
that
this,
you'll have
they're,
this year.
Yeah, they're going to be seniors this year.
Yeah, it's
so.
definitely our biggest senior class yet.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good.
So
Hopefully
they've
been through the whole thing.
They've started, they've really, and previous, classes before them have really built the program for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think people realize how big of an area Capitol Hill covers, like the district area.
Yeah, there's a little bit over on the east side. I'm not sure. I know the lines are not super, they're not like just straight lines. They're, we get some over on the east side of I-35 that feed into Bodine Elementary. So we get some of that neighborhood over there on the east side, and then, gosh, I don't know what the street is west that cuts off where Grant goes, but it's kind of it is big.
You brought up Grant. Who would you say are your biggest rivals, or if you have any team that you look forward to playing to any season?
Yeah, I mean, of course, the girls.
So it's
there,
Grant,
yeah,
isn't it?
Of course, yeah. Of
They
course.
always look forward to it because it's always so competitive at their level.
Southside rival, of course.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
there's a lot of friends, maybe some relatives.
Yeah.
How did that Capitol Hill Grant game go this year?
We actually didn't play them.
No, why
Different
not?
districts.
Oh, but no
Yeah.
scrimmages or anything like
Different
that?
districts, and then we didn't see them in ACAC. We weren't. We
Yeah.
ended up in different brackets.
Then
so.
that's a shame. I know back when I was in high school, they used to have the Kings of, I don't know what it was called, but it would be a tournament that Capitol Hill would host.
Mm-hmm.
And that would always have just the schools in that nucleus. It would be like Grant, Capitol Hill, Northwest Classen, a Santa Fe, a Crooked Oak. And it would always be funny because the winning team there would be they'd have the bragging rights to
Oh
say,
yeah, of course. Yeah.
So what eventually got you into coaching?
Well, when I started teaching, the position became available actually because Robledo was moving over
That's
to
right.
assist the boys coach, Kenny Schell. And I thought, why not give it a shot? I'd played soccer, ref soccer, so why not?
You're just like me. There's nothing else that I know more than
I
soccer.
was
So
like, well, I'll give it a shot. And it's a good thing to different connection outside of the classroom with students, for sure.
yeah, I believe in that. Sports are really important for the life lessons that they learn. It's much easier for them, better for them to learn them on the field than in real life because, there's stuff that sports can teach that others can't.
Absolutely, for sure.
So then let's go into the playing career. We'll start with you. You said you played a little bit?
Very
no?
little.
Not at all?
Yeah, I think it was middle school was the last time I played.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So it's like that, huh?
It had been a while.
Okay. Well, that wrps it up, right?
That's it.
What about for you? Where do you have your earliest soccer memory?
Yeah, so I started actually at Early Wine Park in Lightning Creek. I don't know, 4 or 5 years old, something like that. My brothers played, my dad played, and so I wanted to play. So that was pretty, I think, kind of normal decision for me to make. Started playing then, and then we actually moved to Enid, and so I played in the Enid Soccer Club up there. And then they actually, when I was in the club, the competitive league started really getting more popular. And so played competitive there in Enid for the Pride. The boys were the Pumas, the girls were Pride.
Mm-hmm. I remember playing against Pumas.
Yeah.
When did you graduate?
I graduated in 2012.
2012. Okay, nice. In 2010, I graduated. 2010.
Okay,
So.
yeah. But we moved to Colorado, to Denver. And
While you were in high school?
When I was in high school, my junior year. So I played out there a couple different clubs, ice, edge, different ones, and then I came back for college and played a little bit there.
Dang. How was the transition from Oklahoma soccer to Colorado soccer? Was it any different?
A little bit. I think the club in Colorado was a little bit more competitive than what I was playing in Enid. But I know for sure, like, the club in Enid has grown tremendously.
That's what I was about to say.
Over the last several years. So.
If people don't know, Enid is it's a soccer town.
Oh, yeah.
Big time. Big 6A program. You guys don't face Enid?
No, they're not. I think they go east.
They go east? Yeah, they do. They're in that district.
Yeah, I want to say they do. I've tried to, it just didn't work out with dates and stuff. I wanted to get in a scrimmage or like a regular season game or something with Enid because Craig Liddell was one of my coaches, so I wanted to play him, but it didn't work out with the dates and stuff.
Maybe this year?
Maybe. I'll have to reach out to him.
When you went to go play college, what college did you go to?
I went to Oklahoma Baptist in Shawnee.
Oh, okay, cool. Is there still a program at Oklahoma Baptist? Okay, so it's just the boys that doesn't have
Correct.
the program. Oh, okay.
My understanding is yes.
So then at what point did you decide to take it serious?
Soccer?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just something I always did. Always.
It was always serious.
In the fall and spring. I ran cross country as well, but soccer was something that I did.
Do you have like one moment that you could just like replay in your head all the time, like your best moment, whether it's a goal scored, goal saved on the line, like the first thing that comes to your mind when you say?
Oh, maybe. Gosh, there was probably this one tournament I remember. My competitive team in, it was a tournament down here in Oklahoma City. I don't remember if it was like turkey shootout or something like that. I think it was in North OKC, but I just remember playing. I think they had me playing sweeper or whatever, and it was.
Is that where you play normally?
That's where I played a lot when I was younger. Mm-hmm. Then I moved to I played center mid, outside mid, mostly midfield.
Okay.
So, but I just remember some tough
battles.
Some tough battles.
Nice. And then you went to OPU, and then directly from OPU to Capitol Hill?
Yep.
Nice. Do you think coaching is scratching your soccer itch? Like, is it better than playing?
It depends. I mean, I'd like to.
Or would you rather be on the field?
It depends. The girls don't get me out there very much.
Julie says otherwise. It looks like she's wanting to say that you're just willing to jump in the field sometimes.
No, I don't know.
The girls are always trying to get us out there.
I know. I don't know. I'm older now. We'll see. But no, it's good. Like I said, I just like the relationship with the girls and whatnot and hanging out with them.
Yeah, whenever I coach, I find it hard not to step in. So we do this summer program where we're coaching kids in the summer, and Thursdays are high school and college days. Uh-huh. I'm still sore from playing on Thursday. Hey, but sometimes you have to earn your respect, you know? I had to let them know that I wasn't there just to yell at them, that I could still play.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. When I first started, I was probably a little bit more into jumping in and playing, but now I'm like,
Now you're more laid back.
I'm a little older now.
How do you just coach club then? High school?
Yeah.
No, nothing out of high school?
No club or anything like that.
Have you ever wanted to coach club?
Not really.
No.
I kind of thought about it potentially younger levels, but that keeps the school keeps me pretty busy. Teaching keeps me busy. I'm in school myself, so that keeps me busy, and I work out a lot myself. So.
It's funny that you say you were thinking about coaching younger kids, because as we have been coaching different ages this week, it made me realize that if I were to coach, and I don't know if this was for sure or not, but I think I'd like to coach the younger kids, like the elementary school kids. It's totally different.
Yeah.
Middle school is different because they act like high schoolers. They try to talk like high schoolers, but they're not there yet. And then the high schoolers it's different too. It's different
for sure. I mean, those were the teams, whenever we worked at the club, that was the funnest ones to watch the elementary kids practice.
Yeah, it's so different, right? Because I'm over here telling the assistant coaches, we have to keep them busy. They have to be moving at all times. If a kid's standing still for 10 seconds, we lost them. But it's also a lot of holding their hand, all right, now you're going to step on it with your toe and pull it back. And then with the middle schoolers, it's just some habit. It's always the right. But I think mine would be early development. Give me the elementary school kids.
Yeah. We both used to work at the 405 club.
Okay.
At South Independence. So.
Yeah.
Nice.
They had me practice. They had me coach like 5-year-olds one practice or 2 or 3 practices. It was horrible.
That's hard.
I was like, no. I was
It's
like,
hard.
take your kids home. I can't do it.
I heard something on the radio yesterday. And I thought it was genius. It was a guy talking about how he was coaching his kid who's like 4 or 5 or something like that. He was talking about how the way he coaches, he tells them it's sharks and minnows. Like if you have the ball, you're a minnow. And you have to get it to the safest place, like the reef, which would be the goal. So if you're on defense, then you're a shark. That's what he tells them, I guess, to like put their arms over their head, like the fin or whatever. And so I don't know. Apparently, like some parents' stuff were complaining they thought it was too aggressive or whatever because the whole team would just go sharks.
Well, whatever you got to do to get them to understand,
that's genius
right?
because that will work with little kids. Absolutely.
My favorite for little kids is bringing out the hula hoops. And then letting them play with hula hoops. Use both hands to hold your hula hoops and play soccer. Because every kid wants to, they hit it wrong and their automatic is just going, let me go pick it up. I was like, no, don't drop your hula hoop. Keep it here.
Yeah.
But that's the beauty of being with little kids, that you can do all kinds of stuff like that. And if you tell middle schoolers to do hula hoops, they'll be like, bro, what are you talking about? Like, yeah. But that's cool. That's cool. For this next season that's coming up, you guys said you guys have 14 seniors. When does soccer season start for you all? Is it December 1st as well? Or are there anything that they're doing off the season that's like not involved with you guys, but that you guys kind of wish or want them to do?
Yeah, so Julie actually coaches cross country, so we push them towards cross country.
Yeah, we've been having practice all summer. So getting them to show up is the biggest deal, but when they're there, we've had a couple. We've got like 10 to 12 at least showing up on a daily basis. So something is something, and we'll take it. But they're doing something all year round, from cross country to futsal last season. And some of them are playing outside club as well this year, a lot more actually compared to prior years.
Right.
So we're excited.
I know some of the guys are doing summer league, but there isn't summer league for women.
No, not with OKCPS. No.
I heard that there was a participation issue because I asked. I was like, hey, where's the women's team? I was like, no, we just don't have the numbers. Would there be numbers for Capitol Hill if they try to do a summer league, do you think?
I mean, yeah, I think so, because we talked about that in our meeting of how, we'd have girls interested. And so did Grant and all of the schools we talked about.
That's good.
Yeah, we'd have enough. And I talked to Frail at Grant. I'd even be willing to, if we need to, like, combine
teams.
Yeah, that's smart.
Because they talked about maybe just, like, 9v9 or 7v7. Like, I'd be, as long as they're playing, I don't care. I just want them to play and get experience. So
yeah, we call that here Mas Futbol. More soccer, period, fixes everything.
Yeah, but I mean, I get the numbers thing. It's hard, especially in the summer. So
yeah, I just don't like that excuse. I mean, it might be a valid excuse, but at the same time, I'm just like, yo, that's not fair. Like, we can figure out a way.
I think we share that sentiment.
A lot of people are. Because go ahead.
No, well, because they had brought it up about it being a possibility this year, so then like the girls were getting really hyped up about it. So then we were excited about like them being excited about it because they're actually willing to commit their summers for this. Like, that's awesome. And then it didn't happen. So I was like,
it kind of fell through.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, I see both sides. I see how administratively it could be kind of hard, but then I also see like, yo, it's not that hard. I mean, we can just figure it out, but hopefully next year we can get that ball rolling. So.
For sure. And this past year they did get the girls involved with futsal.
Yeah.
Which is great.
Yeah, because we hadn't done that before.
Right. Yeah, they hadn't had that really. I think like Northwest Classen, they played just with Invicto, I think.
But they loved it. Like, they were super excited. They were showing up every Saturday. So.
Yeah, we ended up having 2 teams. Yeah. It was a fun time.
So you guys are digging the futsal?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are the thoughts behind futsal? Considering we're in a futsal place. But
yeah.
Did you do any futsal in your development for soccer?
Not really. We had a kind of an indoor little field that was probably about the size of a futsal court, but it had like the walls and everything. So not really a lot. We didn't really have that.
But there's a lot of futsal courts here in the city now, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, we can take advantage of that.
No, I think it's great, especially like for like feet work development, different things, and speed.
And it motivates them, like even for cross country, like the reward at the end of every cross country practice is, okay, go play futsal. And and that's what gets them to show up.
Yeah, they love it. And then too, like the little, just as far as like working together and making the plays, so with the 4, making different diamonds and triangles and squares, like different shapes and different things like that. It teaches them, and then
I think it's just
translates onto the field.
Yeah, unconscious footwork versus like drills on the field that they don't want to do. Sometimes like they're just doing it in futsal.
100%.
Thinking about it.
Yeah.
I think that's the benefit. It's a smaller court. You have to think faster. You have to make decisions quicker. And you're on the ball a lot more. You know, when it's 11 against 11, you might get to touch the ball, 2 minutes out of the 40, but in futsal, you're on top of it the whole time.
Yeah, for sure.
So definitely
It's
works out.
really intense, too. I got bruises from, like, this last practice that we were at.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Julie jumped in.
Oh, yeah. See, we were just talking about that jumping in.
Yeah, Coach Villanueva and I we'll start off as, like, goalies, and, like, damn, we went at it and, like, ran right into, like, one of the kids. So, like, my shin, like, right here is, like, full-on collision.
That sucks.
It was funny, though, because then they're like, they look at you and they're like, oh, okay. And I was like, hey.
You guys are both going in hard. In soccer, you said it's probably not the number one sport at Capitol Hill. What is the number one sport at Capitol Hill?
Oh, I think it is for sure.
100%.
You think so?
100%.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, but you said support. Do you think it doesn't get support like it needs to?
It probably gets the most support. We're talking about a program. It gets the most support, I think, out of, like, other programs.
I think football and soccer.
Yeah.
Football and soccer? Yeah, football.
Yeah,
I think
Football's
the other sports are gaining support.
Baseball's getting quite a bit more this year. They've
Which is
also
great.
improved, yeah.
Absolutely.
Because the facilities are getting better.
Yes.
The places.
Except-
Well, facilities. Are they going to change the building?
Oh, yeah.
They are
It's
gonna-
suck.
Is it going to? Yeah, the transition
Yeah.
is hard. I was talking to my wife, and I remember all my Grant friends when they transitioned from the old into new building and how hectic it was. And I mean, but it is part of the process.
Yeah. But I mean, the new building, the facility will be great.
Beautiful,
So
right?
the change will be tough. Finding some practice space over the next couple years will be tough because they started construction last week.
Oh, really?
If you like fly your drone over there, you'll see it. Or just drive over like that backside parking lot. They're starting to tear it up, and they'll start.
That's where it is going to be at, in that back parking lot?
The backside and actually where our practice field is. So we're gonna lose some practice space. So that's gonna be tough.
Dang, that does suck.
Yeah, and then I think like currently, they're redoing the turf at Spiegel, so nobody can be up there.
Dang. They don't make it easy for you guys, do
So
they?
it'll be
And they're
interesting.
redoing the gym floors.
And they're redoing the gym floor, so that'll be interesting. Yeah. We just need to find some open grass somewhere, which I've been thinking about some. We'll find something.
But you brought up Coach Frau. You guys work together a lot with Grant.
We haven't
No.
really, but like he just recently started coaching over the last couple of years, and I've just gotten to know him a little bit just through our meetings and whatnot. So
He's a good guy. I like Coach
he
Frau.
seems to be doing a really good job.
Yeah.
Like taking over the program. Their program seems to be growing pretty well, which is great.
I think the one thing he has is that he really cares for those kids, too. He's a nice dude.
Yeah, for sure.
Cross country, like, you do transition the kids from cross country to soccer, but are they excited for cross country?
Oh my God, no. I mean,
Depends.
this year, yes. Last year they hated it, like absolutely.
You want to go run 3 miles?
No. Like they're like, for what? And then they get to the season and they're like, we're not fast enough, and we're like, yeah, we told you this from the beginning of the season. You know what you need to do. And this year they were like, no, this year I'm actually gonna try. Like this year I'm not gonna be last. And this year, like I actually want to win. And so there's been a little bit more commitment.
Yeah.
I think they're seeing like the translation from preseason work over to season. So I mean, I would say preseason stuff is my favorite part of coaching. Like if I could just do that, that would be great. I like the being in the weight room, doing little drills, running those things.
Yeah, because
A
those are
ton
the
more.
workouts that matter. Because if your kids are, I tell that when I just spoke about this, is if you're trying to get in shape, come December 1st, you're already a step behind.
Yeah, you're already
everyone
behind
else.
for sure.
Because some schools start so early. They'll have soccer class, and then have kids get touches. They'll have summer leagues. They'll do all kinds of stuff, and yeah, you're really behind if you're not in shape by
Yeah,
December
so
1st.
that's one thing that I've been thankful for is we do have some of our athletics where we get to have a soccer class. So like we can only touch the ball like within that certain time. But
after that, it's running, weight
cross
room,
country.
like all of that,
We try to use the fall, first quarter mostly, a little bit over into after fall break of like we're in the weight room a few days a week, or we're on the field doing some little touches and different things like that.
For cross country, I like to run. You said 3 miles. I was like, 3 miles doesn't sound like a lot. But running is, I guess it's a lot different from soccer, right? Because for running, you get out what you put in. You know what I mean? If you're not running, you're not. It's going to suck. So what do you tell them? Like, is it like a slow transition, or do they just hate it the whole time?
They like learn to it when they start seeing improvement. Like they, you know, like they start getting a little bit more into it. Like, oh, like I didn't feel like I wasn't dying 100% at the end of this race or something like that. Or like I beat this time, or you know, like I actually made it through.
Yeah,
and
the
I
races I
improved.
think for sure is where they get excited.
Yeah. Well, it's also easier because you know you're a bit more competitive with people around you versus
You got
like
your team.
Yeah. Versus at the school, they're like I just want to get this over with. So like the pausing and the walking and like, hey, like let's keep on going and yeah.
December 1st, right? Soccer season's coming. Do you guys have your schedule already made out yet?
No.
No. So you're aiming for Enid, a grant maybe?
Yeah, potentially. I'm gonna reach out to them. But typically, the last couple years, we'll get our dates from OKCPS as far as like stadium usage, and then we'll take those dates with us to the like Oklahoma soccer coaches meeting, and then kind of go from
Figure
there.
out
Last
what you
year,
have.
they actually like kind of did it for us, where they, like kind of drew it out of
Kinda sucks.
a hat
literally drew out a
type
number
thing.
and it was like already set up. Which
For
you
district games, not for
Yeah.
preseason or regular.
Yeah, I get you. I guess a lot of people just don't understand that Spiegel Stadium isn't just Capitol Hills.
Yeah,
It's
that
Capitol
sucks.
Hills, Grants, who else is?
Southeast.
Southeasts as well,
So
that's
three
right.
of us share it. So and then middle schools use it 2 days a
That's
week.
right.
So
there was a lot of like clashing for like the dates, and it sucks because other schools have their own stadium, so they don't have to worry about it. And like we're over here like fighting like home
Just-
game versus away game. Like no, like we were away last year. Like it's your turn to come, but
Yeah.
like the dates don't always work out.
That's probably one of the things that people don't know.
Oh,
that
it's so
you guys have to deal
frustrating,
with.
and it's so intense in the moment because it's like all these schools like in this
Are just
building.
fighting for
yeah,
it.
and
And then
it's
you're just like, well, it's my school. I should get first dibs. But is that
Yeah.
not how it works?
no,
No, it has to be fair.
no,
No.
the district like divvies up
Yeah.
how
That
many
sucks.
dates we each get. So
But hey, Spiegel Stadium
one
is
of those
nice, though.
things. It's fine.
Yeah, but dang. I mean, but Southeast, well, I won't go there. But yeah, that sucks. For your last year's team, did you guys have any honors, any all-district, any all-staters?
Let's see. We didn't have any all-staters. We did. One of our girls was like Ford Player of the Year for our all-conference.
Wow.
And then we had one girl. She's gonna go play at Randall.
Okay.
So
That's
for
with,
Byron. So that'll
Byron's
be cool.
team. They're doing that right. They're recruiting a lot of inner-city schools. Do you guys have a lot of players that, want to play and continue playing after high school?
Yeah, I think we have
got a
several
few,
for
yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
2 years ago, we had one girl go to Kansas and play at a school. So that's, I think, as the girls are seeing girls graduate and go on and play, they're kind of
Especially
like,
because she'll come back, and so the girls still have communication with her, so she'll
Yeah.
show up every once in a while. So it's really neat to see that and like be like, oh, like it is
I could
possible.
do that.
Like,
yeah, I
I'm
think they're
doing
realizing
it.
like,
Yeah.
oh, okay.
So, if I could say I have the power to change one thing for this program, whether it be more participation, whatever it might be, what would be the one thing you would say how we would love to have? Like that one thing that would just take you guys over.
Man.
Consistency.
With
Yeah,
the,
consistent.
Yeah, consistency.
in what way? Like,
And like
My bad.
there's been a lot of improvement, but like even for like summer practices, like they show up, like sometimes like they're really all there for it, and like sometimes their mentality is like, I don't want to be here, but it's not always the same amount of effort. So if that effort was a little bit more consistent throughout the season, I don't think they realize the difference that would make. And I think they're barely starting to realize it, which kind of sucks because they're about to leave. Like, yeah, you're getting to that point, but also like all these years, in the making, like you could have been at such a higher level of progress.
Yeah. I mean, I'd say probably like experience coming into.
100%. Yeah.
For sure. Because when they come from middle school, that for a lot of the girls, that's pretty
That's
much the
it.
experience they have.
their intro.
And so just having that, that the whole development from elementary school, from the
Yeah,
when you're
playing
four
against-
teams and
yeah.
whatnot, all the way up, that it would be really,
Yeah.
really good to have.
Yeah, because there's teams with girls that have played forever.
Like forever.
Mhm.
100%. Yeah. And I mean, we talked about that. Like, guys, like, you have to understand the teams that we play against. They've been playing together for a long time. Like, they're either in club together or they've been doing this forever. Like, you have to understand that competition. So whenever we're at practice, we're preseason, whatever, you got to put in the work to compete.
Yeah.
So
There's a bigger gap to fill when it comes to like skill level when we get them versus other
Yeah, and then you guys only get them for 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, what can you really teach in 6 months when there's a game on Tuesday?
Right.
And there's another
Like
game
you
on
said, like
Thursday.
preseason is the most important because
Yeah.
once the season rolls around, I mean, 2 games a week, so you don't need to be going hard the days before. You have to have recovery and whatnot. So and especially when we're getting home late, 10 o'clock, 10:30 or whatever.
The beautiful grind, though, right?
Yeah.
That's what I want to be. That's my goal, at least eventually. Is the end game is to be coaching high school. So
Yeah.
shout out to you guys for doing the good work. I wish I could do that too.
No, it's awesome. The girls are awesome. Like the relationships you build outside of the classroom, like there's nothing that compares to it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I think that's the one thing kids will miss when they leave, right? Is just like, if only I would have done a little bit more, But I mean, it's a whole ride and a journey within itself. I played basketball and I was not a basketball player. We were terrible. But I think I remember more the trips, the tournaments, the kicking it and whatnot.
Yeah, with your friends. Where'd you say you graduated from?
I went to Dove. I
Okay.
went to Dove Science Academy.
Okay.
And we didn't even have soccer until my 10th grade year because we kind of told them like, yo, we really want one. Like really,
Yeah.
really, really, really bad. We had enough just to play and we were decent, but it's not a traditional school. Like sports was at the very end of it.
For sure.
Yeah, it sucked. If I would have gone to a regular high school, it would have been Capitol Hill. I was down the street from Capitol Hill,
Okay.
and that's where I would have
Yeah.
ended up. But yeah, shoulda, coulda, woulda.
Yeah, there's always that. But again, I think too, just my kind of goal with coaching, and especially just like the things that we do, like in the weight room and running, is just teaching girls that they can be strong too.
100%. They can do it, if not better.
Yeah.
100%. Is that something that that's kind of like do you have to really instill that to them in the beginning, or is it something that you really have to try to teach them?
I don't know. I think it depends. I think a lot of them are kind of interested in working out and different things like that. They're just unfamiliar. And so it's just trying to teach them different exercises, how to do it properly so they don't hurt themselves and different things and they can develop. But then, like, the goal would be that they're comfortable enough to go out and do it themselves.
More soccer, right?
Yeah.
Just basically just play more.
More soccer and then also just, lifting
Healthier.
weights, live a healthier lifestyle.
What's the program going to do while everything is, like, under construction?
That's a good question. Be flexible.
Really flexible, right?
Yeah, I mean, I already told the girls, like, hey,
Because that's this year.
we're going to have to be flexible
year, yeah.
because we're not going to have first dibs at
Anything.
turf. Whenever we're not in season, we don't have first dibs. And then, too, we'll also we
Sharing with the
we share with the boys. We try to swap when we had the practice field. Now we'll be kind of trying to figure that out for sure.
Jesus, it makes me wonder what the football team's doing right now.
I'm not really sure.
Because I know they're working out right now, but
Right now, I guess they do have the practice field for whatever they can do. I'm not sure exactly when their dead period. I know, like, ours is
It's
end
coming
of
up
June.
20-something.
Yeah, to like middle of July.
Or July 15th
Yeah.
around-ish.
it's going to be a better season next year, do you think?
Oh yeah, I think so for sure.
100%.
Yeah. Like I said, the seniors that we have, they've seen the progression, and I think, and then too, they've been reminded of their progress. They have the
Yeah.
fire in their belly, so.
I think this year was really good for their confidence building. So they saw that like actual progress was able to
Being made.
happen, and they're like, okay, like it's
For
possible.
sure, yeah, because we had a fun time we went to PC
the
tournament at
tournament.
PC West.
Oh, yeah, they loved it.
Yeah, that was a good time.
Best moment of the season, probably?
We did have some highlights for sure.
It was so funny. They were like 2-2 in the last minute of the game. They were able to tie it. So they were losing. They were able to tie 2-2, and literally in the last 30 seconds, they got scored on.
They got
Yeah.
they
were like,
celebrated
if
too
I
long.
yeah.
Did they?
Yes,
No.
I think they got a little bit excited.
I think one of them was like, I thought there was only like 9 seconds on the clock, and I was
Oh,
like, why?
man.
Like, why would you risk
No.
that? Like, they were so excited. The hype obviously didn't wear off, which I'm proud because like sometimes they get in their head and like that's it. Like
Yeah.
after that, but they were like, dang, like we could have. I was like, you could have.
Yeah.
Like this is why like till the whistle
Experience.
is blown.
Yeah,
Yeah.
to the final. And that happens a lot. Like, there was I think I had just seen a chick from Spain. I think they were doing power walking. I don't know if you guys seen that clip. She was celebrating right before she got up. And the lady from Ukraine actually just passed her. And then she said, oh, shit.
Yeah,
And lost her
like,
second place being like
nope.
15 meters from.
Yeah.
Can't get too
Yeah.
cocky there. No.
Oh, that sucks. Okay. What about personal achievements? Like, Did you run? But did you run outside in school as well? No, so you just
No,
She plays softball.
I did, yeah. So
And
I did
cheer.
a little bit of soccer. I did a little bit of softball. I think that was probably my favorite one while I was in school. But that's because my dad was a big baseball person. And then I did cheer.
Where did you go to school?
So I'm from California, so I went to
Okay.
Arvin High School.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Do you like it in Oklahoma, or would you rather? That's the question everyone gets from there. Is they like, you know?
It has its good and its bad. It's like it's grown. At the beginning, it was a really rough transition from California to like being here. All our family is in California, so I went from like cousins and aunts and uncles, you know, like on a monthly basis, getting together to like
Once every
having to
3
fly
months.
out. Yeah, so I'm about to fly out again. So I think I've grown a home here, and it's, you know, been very comforting. But I still do think about like, well, you know, one day in the future. But it's just affordability, man.
Yeah.
Cost of living is ridiculous.
That's true.
It's insane.
What about you for Colorado?
I mean, well, I grew up in Oklahoma,
Oh, so you were
so
always wanting to come
this
back.
is my home. Yeah, like Colorado was very short, like just 2 years. So
But could you imagine if you had stayed and maybe coached in Colorado, what that would have looked like?
Yeah.
And if it was in California as well, you know?
Playing in the snow.
yeah, I did do that in Evergreen. Yeah, that was an interesting game.
What part of Colorado?
In like the suburbs of Denver.
And do they play in the
Arvada.
fall?
Club in the fall,
Clubs in the fall, but high school is
in the spring.
in the spring
Yeah.
as well?
Mhm.
Okay, no different. No different. Do you know if what that's like in California?
Their soccer program at the school is actually pretty competitive for girls and boys. But I haven't been back in a while. It just kind of depends on the areas. My area was very like, there's a lot of like Hispanics, I guess. Yeah, because it was an agricultural town,
Mhm.
so they all loved it.
They all balled. When
Yeah.
when was it that you came over?
2017.
2017, so
So-
not that long ago.
No, 6.
Did you
7
graduate
years
in
ago?
California?
Yeah, I graduated in California, and literally like the day after my graduation, my parents were like, "Let's go."
Wow.
So packed up and moved. here.
Why? I mean, you don't have to get into it. This is
It was cost of living for one. My dad's in like gardener, landscaping and stuff.
Okay.
So his brother was out here already.
Mhm.
So he did have his brother, and he was like, "Well, I'm gonna go check it out. You know, if it's better, better possibilities. You know, a little bit less stressful on the bills." And he came over here, and he was like, "Yeah," and they bought a house, and
that's hard though.
so
Like,
my
imagine
dad was
just
like
graduating.
back and forth for a year.
You think you're about to start your life as a post high school, and then
Yeah,
it's
like,
like,
nope,
no,
just kidding.
let's go to the
No.
405.
And my dad was like, if you want to do college over there, like, you know, like that's gonna be your choice. Like, I'll support it. But my mom was like, absolutely not.
Dang, yeah. I have kids of my own, and I don't know what I'll do that day when that day comes.
Yeah.
If it does come, hopefully it does come, because that's a good problem to have. But still, yikes. Are you guys looking forward to the season coming up?
I'm excited.
Yeah.
Anything different that you guys are gonna try to do? Anything that you learned last year that you're just like, we're gonna tweak it this year?
Give them a little bit more, I guess, input. Have them feel like a little bit more control on like the decisions that they make on the field. Because I feel like even when it doesn't work out, they realize like, oh, like this is maybe why we don't do it. Because I think there's been a
Yeah.
couple times like, can we try this formation? And we're like, try
I'm willing for
this
you to
year.
try it. If you
This
feel like
year,
it's gonna
yeah.
work, you're the one that's on the field. You know what's going on. But and yeah, we've done that where it's like, okay, yeah, try it, and then if you see that it's not working, then you make the change. You're gonna be able to make it.
I feel
make
like
it
that's the
quicker.
one thing that we did a little bit more of this year is give them a little bit more autonomy like on there, and like then they realize like their own mistakes or like their own progressions on there.
Yeah, because that's the hard part is once the game goes on, there's not really much a coach can do. I believe that. It's like if you're already trying to coach while the game's going on, you're already too late. Like, it does not help yelling at them to do something when they're obviously seeing something different.
You're right, for sure.
Okay.
They have a better
interesting.
vantage point. So
Interesting. Well, I'm certainly going to be cheering you guys on this year. It's going to be interesting, though. Like you guys said with the changes, does that mean Spiegel will still be open?
oh yeah.
Spiegel's not changing or
No,
upgrading
no.
or anything like that, right?
No, they're
They're
working on
doing-
new turf right now. But no, like
So-
as far as like that doesn't need to be moved or anything like that.
They're
No,
in for the long haul, huh? But the building, when will they finish that? Do you know?
it's gonna be a few years.
They said 2026.
I like this. I think I want to say this freshman or sophomore class will have their senior year in the new building.
Dang, that's tough.
So
That freshman year class is gonna be. They're gonna go through it.
yeah, I mean, I think it's gonna be really cool and good for the community and the school.
Definitely,
just to have
1000%.
that new facility and to like the pride in it. and whatnot.
Reputation, hopefully.
Yeah.
Help a little bit.
Because that Capitol Hill building has been there for a very, 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 very long
Yeah,
time.
not quite 100 years, but
I think it looks
close.
like it.
Wow.
Looks like
It's
it.
close. I
Feels
mean,
like
it's cool.
it.
It looks cool, but I mean, it doesn't serve what we
Not
need.
the size.
Not the
no.
size of the
No.
population that we have.
Too many
I
traveling
mean,
teachers, too many issues within it. Yeah.
right? Yeah, I mean,
And there's a lot of kids. I don't
Oh.
think people realize the number
So
of
many
teachers to
kids.
students
for sure.
is just astronomically
And then
crazy.
as far as having like the different size classroom, style of classroom, uh, things in the classroom for learning and whatnot, it's just it'll be really good. And I think just too like for morale and pride in the community
Honestly.
and whatnot for
Yeah.
sure.
But I'm excited for the season to come. I'll be tuning in for it. And then if you guys have anything to share, like as far, I do that Football Factory page, and I try to do the best I can to share as much as I
Yeah,
can.
yeah, yeah.
But it's a lot of stuff out there.
No, I'm sure like
I know.
every school is trying to get you to
Something.
repost or whatever.
I'm pretty
for
sure like the boys like had told one of their coaches like, hey, send them the score, and like they did, and they're like, why didn't they post it? Or like,
Do your kids really keep up with that stuff?
Oh, yeah, they love
Seriously?
No, yeah, they'd be sending us like, hey, can you send pictures? Hey, can you tell them to post this? Like,
Yeah.
Who runs your Instagram page for the soccer team?
I have it for the soccer team.
How has that been? Because they didn't have that when we were in school, and it's like, I don't know. I feel like some people think it's not that important, but to the kids, it's like everything.
Oh yeah, no, they love it. I try to get as many like if the kids take pictures or like, hey, send it to me so I can post it.
Mm-hmm.
And if you send it to me like right away, I can get it posted right away type thing. Actually, a couple of boys in Villanueva made a video this past year. We got that posted. I think they like doing that.
yeah, they do. Or like I think Leo just posted like one of their club ones, Leo and Martin.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
they're
yeah.
like, hey, can you
For
guys
energy.
post this?
Oh my
They're
bad.
like, we know it's not like Capitol Hill, but like it's still us. And we're like, yeah, of course.
Yeah, for sure. I try to, I feel like this year I did a lot better about posting like pregame stuff.
Yeah.
Oh no,
and
she was great at
post-game.
it. I'm the one that needs to set
I've
it
been
up.
like learning, like I'm not like the editing stuff. So like Canva was my friend. I like paid for like the premium account so I can make the videos and use all this cool stuff, try to make it better. So
That's a job within itself.
Yeah,
like if
it's
you're
like-
having to do that and coach, like that's
I was like
hard.
trying to figure out like, okay, I like set reminders like
Post.
post, yes, pregame post or like different things like this.
Yeah. No, that's crazy how much attention that gets from the kids.
Yeah.
We'll post a picture, and then there'll be a thread of kids just talking mess to each other, and it's just, I don't know if that's what we're trying to promote, but as long as we make it more exciting,
Comes
know.
with the territory.
I guess so, but it's just, I think it elevates the game a little bit, I always
get
thought.
so excited.
Yeah, they love it. And they want to. We have a TikTok page, but we don't post on it because we forget. But
Yeah, we
The girls
posted a
love
couple
it.
videos this season. I think it was like 2 or 3 more videos. And they're like, Esparza, have you posted it yet? No, chill.
We might have to dedicate,
Or they're like, let me see. And I was like, no, like it needs to be approved.
Yeah, that's
the
hard thing.
Hold on.
we gotta figure this out. Yeah.
Because there'll be schools with like 5 different accounts, and I'm like, what's going on here? And then it'll be like, well, a kid created it, and then he left, so then another one got made, and it's been interesting to see how schools have been handling that. Do they say anything to you, the administration, about the Instagram
As far as
page?
like what to post, no, they haven't. But I
No.
mean, we
They'll
just
probably
post.
repost it. Yeah.
Yeah,
when anything.
we try to tag them and whatnot. We have somebody on staff, Liz, that runs the school page. I think Capitol Hill has like 2 or 3 accounts because we've gone through a couple people that have like
Secretly
been in
those,
charge
yeah.
of the account.
You
But
pass it down. It's
Yeah.
crazy. It's how times are changing and how,
Oh, it's
different stuff
definitely
are
an
implemented.
engagement strategy for sure. Very
Yeah.
for sure.
necessary.
But I
nowadays.
mean, we just try to post like and get positive information out there to the community because I mean, yeah, Capitol Hill has had a reputation, and we know the students in there are
they're
deserving
amazing.
and they're
Yeah.
amazing,
I hear it all the time.
and so they deserve for that message to be promoted for sure.
Well, tell us about the Capitol Hill then, kids, and because I know that there's a bad rap, but give me the good rap.
I mean, I really don't have many issues in the classroom. Not any different than I would anywhere else.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, cell phones are always gonna be a thing, but
Yeah. No, I mean,
They're
like,
great.
we have some of our athletes going to college and playing, ball outside of it. Like, a lot of them had, like, academic achievements this year that were recognized at the end of the year in ceremonies. We had one of our players, Crystal. She's getting a scholarship based off of ACT scores. So there's so many amazing
And
things
she's a
happening.
junior, so she'll have it for
junior to
next
senior. Yeah.
Wow.
And like career techs, like vote tech, and like all of those like careers outside of it, like they're really growing, and it's really awesome
Absolutely.
to see. Like I ran into an old coworker and she was like, "You decided to work at Capitol Hill?" And I was like, "Yeah." And she was
Yeah.
like, "Why?" And I was like, "Dude, like they're
Why not?
awesome. Like the issues that we have, any other school has. You know what I mean? Like it's no different. Like the kids are amazing. They deserve it." Yeah.
That's what sucks is how quickly people are to write off a school just by a name. But it's just there's bad stuff in every school. You know what I mean? So and if you're gonna
They're
focus
like,
on
but
that,
fights. I was like, there is fights in
Everywhere.
every
Fights
single
everywhere.
school. Like
yeah. So it's definitely a rap that needs to get changed. That
Oh yeah, for sure.
once that school comes in, who knows? Maybe that'll just change it because I feel like that's what happened to Grant. Old building. It's the
I
old
mean,
vibe.
it's new. It looks exciting for sure, and I do. I think that's what will be really good for like the morale of the community, just to see that this nice,
It's gonna be really neat.
nice new building and whatnot. Yeah, it'll be good. I'm really excited about, from what I've heard anyway, about the new weight room facility.
Oh, really?
And
Locker
the
rooms.
the gym, the basketball gym would be cool.
Yeah.
The basketball gym is getting redone, or
Correct.
completely, or are they gonna leave a bit of the old?
No, they're
No,
tearing it
completely.
out because it'll be, from my understanding from the mock-ups, it'll be connected to the school.
Yeah, nice. No more dome.
No more dome.
No more stairs in the dome, right?
Unfortunately, I can't run the stairs anymore. Oh well.
No, but that'll be cool.
There'll be other stairs. Yeah.
Weight room, probably media rooms, all kinds of stuff at that
For
new
sure.
building.
Yeah, we're excited.
Nice. Are you guys coaching next year? I'm assuming then, right?
Yes,
Nice.
that's the plan.
Yeah.
Nice.
Gotta
Well, I
show
wish you guys
consistency.
the best of luck this coming year. I'm gonna definitely be staying tuned, and send me some pictures.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we'll repost them for
Okay.
those kids. Is there anything that you guys want to say before we head out? Any messages to your team? Any messages wrapped up last season? Anything for them to look forward to this coming season? You guys better start working out now. Do not show up to the season unfit.
Practice Monday.
Yeah, practice on
Cross-country.
Monday. Get your touches in. Get 1,000 touches in.
For sure. Go to Sunrise Soccer. I've been pushing that. Hey, football
Have you?
factory. Yeah, go. I
In
just
the
send,
group
I just
chat
send them the
always, yeah.
post.
Awesome. I appreciate that. That's so cool.
Because I know we had I think one of your original Sunrise Soccer, Juan
Yes.
Hernandez.
Juan.
Yeah.
I love that kid.
Yeah,
Oh,
he's an
man.
awesome kid.
Those
Yeah.
kids are so close to my heart. It was Juan Hernandez, Jose as well. There were some kids that I guess stopped playing over time. But I met those kids when my wife volunteered me to coach at Heronville in 5th, 6th grade. And they were all 5th and 6th graders. My wife was pregnant at the time, too. And we ended up winning all city. So I have their signatures on a soccer ball still at home.
Oh, yeah.
And it's so cool because there's one kid that shows up still from Sunrise. Well, basically, after I got done with that Heronville season, I started the Sunrise season because I was like, well, we got to keep them busy,
Yeah.
Like you guys said, how do we get them better for next season? Oh, we'll just keep them busy. And the worst thing you could do to the kid is just keep them at home bored because once they get bored, they get in trouble.
Yeah.
So then we started the Sunrise Soccer. And, yeah, it's crazy to see how those kids have graduated. How is Juan?
I think he's doing good. Yeah, I think he plans
Such a
on.
smart kid.
Yeah, he's very smart.
He's a
I think
nice, polite
He
kid,
plans
too.
on finishing at Metro Tech, and then working from there.
So many of the kids are so talented, on the field, but also in their classroom, and their goals. They're so ambitious. And
Oh,
I
yeah.
love it. Yeah.
That's good to see. It makes me feel good. That's the cool thing about working with little kids, younger people is, being able to inspire them. So I shout out to you guys for doing the hard work because not everybody wants to coach. And then you guys are coaching at Capitol Hill, which unfortunately people say, why at Capitol Hill? And it's like, just because I want to be there. So you guys are doing the good work there. So shout out to you guys. Let me give you guys one of these right here. Nice. Do you guys want to leave another message for your players?
I'm just saying we're excited for the season. Let's go. Let's get to work.
Hard work and keep it going.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, I appreciate you guys for coming on. We'll have to do this again once the season wraps up so
For
we can
sure.
see
Thanks
how
for
it
having
went.
us.
Yeah, thank you.
Of course. And I appreciate you for rescheduling.
Yeah.
You guys, you kept me safe. Not in trouble. Again, thank you for coming. If you've listened to the podcast up to this point, I appreciate you guys for listening. This has been another episode of the Mas Futbol Podcast.
Yeah,
Thank you guys.